Hey there, welcome back to the athomedive YouTube channel. As always, my name is Joey and today we're in the kitchen making something fantastic. Today, we're gonna make something that's not only one of my favorite cakes, but it's also a great way to get rid of bananas that are just a little bit past their prime. Today, we're gonna make hummingbird cake. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive right in. Alright, so today on the counter we have a pretty simple list of ingredients. We're going to start with 2 cups of chopped pecans. I just pulled these out of the oven. They've roasted for about 8 minutes at 350 degrees. We have 3 cups of AP flour. We have 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. 1 cup of granulated white sugar, 1 cup of packed dark brown sugar, 1 cup of vegetable oil, 3 eggs that have been beaten together until smooth with a fork, 8 ounces of crushed pineapple. If you have fresh pineapple, you can just throw it right in your food processor, or you can use canned crushed pineapple, whichever works for you, but make sure you leave all of the juice in there. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 2 cups of mashed bananas, and I simply stuck these in a bowl and mashed them with a fork. The only other thing you're gonna need is prepared cake pans. You need 3 of these, and I'm gonna be using 8-inch cake pans. You can use 9-inch if you like, but you may have to bake your cake just a little less. So let's get started. So the very first thing I'm going to do is take a small sifter and the salt, spices, and leavener, and I'm going to mix all these together and sift them into the flour. Now I'm going to add in the sugar and the brown sugar. Now I'm gonna add in the oil and the eggs. Now I can add in the vanilla and start mixing.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Now that that's almost smooth, we can go ahead and add in the bananas and the pineapple.
A few moments later.
Now it should start to feel like a cake batter. Now we're going to take our 2 cups of chopped pecans and I'm going to add in about 3/4 of these, or 1.5 cups. And I'm going to fold them in with a spatula. Now I'm going to try to divide this batter evenly between the 3 pans.
Moments later.
Alright, so we're going to bake these for 25 to 30 minutes at 325 degrees, but we are going to check them after 25 minutes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, so we are back. It's been about 25 minutes. We're going to go ahead and check these cakes to see if they are done. So the classic toothpick test. We're gonna insert the toothpick slowly in the middle and see if it comes out clean. And this one's not quite clean. We're gonna go ahead and check the other 2. All right, so these 3 are not quite done. We're gonna give them 5 additional minutes in the oven and then we'll be right back.
5 minutes later.
All right, so after the 5 additional minutes, these have baked now for a total of 30 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and check them. And the toothpicks are coming out clean this time. So the cake is totally finished. We're gonna let these cool down for about 10 minutes before we turn them out of the pan, and that'll give us time to gather the things for our icing while they cool. All right guys, we are back and the cakes have cooled down just a few minutes now, not quite a full 10 minutes. But if you can see, there's a little bit of dome rising above the tops of the cake, and that'll mean that the cake won't sit perfectly level and look right whenever we go to stack it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a serrated blade knife, lay it flat against these pans, and trim the top off. Now that the cakes are trimmed, we're just gonna flip them out onto this cutting board to let them cool down. And now we'll come back whenever they're closer to cool and make the icing. The cakes are almost cool, so we're gonna go ahead and start making the icing. And to do so, we're gonna start with 8 ounces of butter that's at room temperature. We're gonna go ahead and add in 16 ounces of cream cheese that's also at room temperature. And I'm gonna beat these until smooth. I'm gonna go and add in the 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and 1 tablespoon of whole milk. The last ingredient we're gonna add in is gonna be 5 cups of confectioner's sugar. Start mixing this one in slow, that way you don't make a giant mess.
A little later.
Now the times came to actually start building our cake. I went ahead and grabbed a plate, and I'm gonna go ahead and set the first layer of cake right in the middle. So with our first layer of cake on, I'm gonna go ahead and just put quite a bit of icing down right in the middle. And once I've done that, I like to just gently spread it to the outsides. I'm not gonna go all the way to the outside, just most of the way. Now I'm gonna grab another layer of cake and I'm gonna place it down right on top of it. And whenever I put it here, I'm gonna give it just a gentle twist to make everything level out and be even. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add another good bit of icing right in the middle of this layer as well. And now we're gonna go ahead and ice the top and the sides. And now I'm going to take the other half cup of pecans that we had remaining, and I'm just going to sprinkle them all over the top. And there we have it, friends. This is our beautiful hummingbird cake. All right, well that wraps us up on how to make hummingbird cake. Comment below and let me know how yours turns out. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to share it with your friends and subscribe. Have a great day.